Hey there, Ken. Good evening. It's Jay Obertans at Rorick Mazda. So I wanted to thank you again for your time and consideration in checking out this vehicle. Though not this particular vehicle, but this is the same trim level. This is a 2021 Cx30 in the Premium Plus Turbo trim level. Only difference is this one is white, though the one that you were looking at is jet black mica. But I thought by making you a video of this vehicle, it would kind of further help go over how significantly different this vehicle is. Not from just your current Cx3, but even in the Cx30 lineup. So running through a couple things, you are going to have full LED headlights. They're going to be adaptive, much like your Grand Touring with kind of the fancy running lights. So that's something very similar to what you have in your Cx3, as are the 18-inch black wheels. Black mirror caps are also going to come on, so I will say, even with the chrome side rail, it's going to be a nice contrast, especially on black paint. Now, running up to the front, you're going to see in this new grille, this emblem's not real. And you'll see a camera up on top of the windshield. And it is because you are running Mazda's full iActive safety suite. Things like your radar cruise control, lane keeping assist, collision avoidance, you'll have a blind spot monitoring and backup camera, things as you have on your current Cx3. This will take it quite a step further, especially into the modern day safety. Now, you have advanced keys, so much like your Cx3, you have buttons on the handle. This is redesigned to where you just grab the door handle and it will read that you have the key and unlock. You may or may not know, but the Cx30 is a joint partnership with Lexus, and that's much of the reason why it's pushing kind of very much upscale. You'll see that you have full span LED taillights. You even have LED license plate lamps, again, just to bring this upscale. And you'll have your dual exhaust pipes. All of the turbo engines, you'll see a badge that says turbo, and you do have all-wheel drive, and damn, these things are quick. Now, in terms of trunk-wise, since this is a little bit bigger than the Cx3, you are going to notice it's a power liftgate, and it is height programmable, so you can kind of program it to stop a little bit lower, and cargo capacity is going to be a little bit more generous with, again, LED lights in there. So I'm going to go ahead and close this just right up here. In terms of interior, you are going to have black espresso. So this is the black interior. It's very difficult to see, but all of the perforation in the seat have a brown inlay in them. And you'll see that all of the trim along the doors and some of the dash are also brown. This is the only way to get this interior. And I have to say the black against the brown is very nice. So if we look up front here, I'm going to go ahead and open up the door. Again, you'll see a lot of that sort of brown against the black that is hand stitched through the steering wheel. You'll notice that you have a new Bose stereo system. This is actually Mazda's flagship 2.0 Bose stereo. You'll have your 8-way power seat with power lumbar. Even down there you will see it is 2-way memory. You'll kind of see that brown leather running up along the console and even kind of on top of the dash. Now, speaking of dash, it's going to be a similar design to your Cx3. Mazda has always kind of been going after the Germans, to where your screen is pretty high up and it's centralized sort of joystick knob to control it. Much different, this is 9 inches, so much larger screen. It runs a brand new software, and unlike your Cx3 to where you can touch or kind of hit things as you're stopped, all touch functionality is locked out on this one, and it's all controlled now by the joystick. So if I hop in here really quick, you'll kind of see a little bit of differences. Now you have a digital gauge display. I can kind of go to the digital speedometer floating up on the windshield. If I shut off my headlights, you'll see that heads-up display up there that will put things like navigation directions. Now you have traffic readings, so it'll put stop signs as well as speed limit reading. Again, you'll kind of see the LED lights carry through, standard size sunroof. You have the auto-dimming mirror with the HomeLink system standard. And then this is sort of your revised control panel. So gone is like home, music, nav, and sort of replaced a little bit more cleaner. Volume, parking brake, as opposed to being the pull brake. And now it's just sort of a switch. It frees up some console space for cup holders. Dual climate, and then you will see not only heated seats, but my favorite, the heated steering wheel, which I have to say feels quite nice. I'm going to go ahead and just close this door really quick. So a couple other things. So up on the screen, of course, there is going to be a ton of adjustments. Now you have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, except if I shift into reverse, this is the nice part, is you see you have the 360 high-res camera. So you'll see up there, you have what's directly behind me, as well as there's a red car to my right, and sure enough, there's a red car to my right there. And if I kind of move the steering wheel, you'll now see that it's bending those lines to give me a better indicator of if I'm gonna get close to something. Now, pretty cool is I'm in reverse. So if you look in front of me, I see a Honda, a white Mazda, a blue SUV, kind of a gray hatchback. I'm gonna put the car in drive, and then you'll see it switch my back camera up into my front camera. So everything that I see in front of me now shows on the screen, and same thing if I bend the wheel, you're gonna see it's gonna bend those trajectories with me. So it's definitely a nice feature to have when parking. Now you'll see some different things for cruise control because this also has the traffic jam assistant. Essentially put as crazy as it sounds, this vehicle can drive itself in stop and go traffic. And then you will see the key fob kind of went to a square design now with buttons along the side as opposed to sort of the more oval that you have. Now luckily the features that, or excuse me, I should say the advantages that you get from Rurik, so things like all of your lifetime free oil changes and inspections, those do all carry through. And it's very difficult for me to kind of really go over everything that this vehicle has because there's just so many darn features on it. I'd be here for decades going over it. But I appreciate the opportunity, Ken. I am going to upload this video and get it over to you to give you an idea of some of the features here. And certainly look forward to hearing back. And thank you again. Have a great evening.